So good morning, students. So we are considering matrix portion. So we already completed one portion of matrix. So we have another portion. That is actually the name of the chapter is eigenvalues of and eigenvectors. Okay. So this is another portion of matrix. So I just start the new topic, that is eigenvalues and eigenvectors. Okay. So you have some definition. First, I consider the definitions. So suppose A is a square matrix of order n. Of order n. So now you already know order and rank are two different things. Order means you are given n by n square matrix, then order is n. Then after converting this matrix into echelon matrix, you can find the rank. Okay. So rank and order are different. Order means n by n matrix. If it is n by n matrix, then it is a square matrix, then we say that A is a square matrix of order n. If it is a rectangular matrix, we say that A is a matrix of order m by n. Okay? So order and rank are different. So the definition is, let A be a square matrix of order n, then the polynomial, this polynomial A minus 1. This polynomial is called the characteristic polynomial. First, just write down the definition only. Then, when I consider the problems, then you can easily understand what is the determinant A minus x I n. Okay. So what is IN? You already know IN. I represents the identity matrix, and since X is a square matrix of order A, so we are considering I as the matrix of order A. Okay. If A is a square matrix of order 2, then we consider I as 2 by 2 identity matrix. If A is of order 3 by 3, then we consider I also 3 by 3. So this polynomial is called the, if you consider this, then you will get a equation, polynomial of x. This polynomial is called characteristic polynomial. Okay, characteristic polynomial. Clear? So any polynomial determinant A minus x I n is called the characteristic polynomial. Next, if you consider this same A minus x I n, this is equal to 0, then this polynomial is converted into equation. Since you are equating this with 0, then the polynomial becomes an equation. So this equation is called characteristic equation. Clear? Determinant A minus x I n, you get a polynomial of x. Okay? This polynomial will be called characteristic polynomial, and if you are equating this polynomial with 0, then it is called the characteristic equation. Next, if you solve the equation, then you obviously get some roots. So these roots will be called characteristic roots. So if you solve this equation determinant A minus x lambda x I n, this equation, then you get some roots of x. Okay, these roots will be called characteristic roots. Clear? First, this one is the characteristic polynomial. If you equate this, this is called characteristic equation. And if you solve this equation, then it becomes the root will be called characteristic roots, or another name is eigenvalues. Okay, so I just told you the chapter name is eigenvalues and eigenvector. So this will be the eigenvalue. If you solve this equation, you will get some root. Then these roots are called characteristic roots or eigenvalues. Okay. So in question, they will ask you find eigenvalues of some matrices they will give you one matrix and they will say find the eigenvalue of this matrix. Okay. So first you have to just consider the characteristic equation. They just find the roots and these values roots will be the eigenvalues. Okay. So first I just consider the definition, then I will consider some problems related to this. So just copy this small portion. That is, this is help. Okay. Next, so we already find how to. We already know what is eigenvalues. Next concept is eigenvector. Okay. Next concept is eigenvector. Eigenvector. So what is actually eigenvector? Similarly, A is a square matrix of order n. Suppose it is given that A is a square matrix of order n. Then a non-null vector x of order n by 1. First I write this. Ax is equals to lambda x. Okay. A square matrix of order n is given. This is a square matrix of order n. Okay. And this lambda means actually this eigenvalues. Okay. So this is actually a number, either you get 1 or 2 or some real number or complex number. Okay, so this is actually a number, 1, 2, 3, 4, anything, minus 1, minus 2. Okay, so this is eigenvalue. So this x, if you get a non-null vector of order n by n, n by 1, such that it satisfies the equation, then this x will be called the eigenvector. Okay, I repeat the question. First, you have to find the eigenvalues of the given matrix. Okay, given you have to find the eigenvalues of the given matrix, and these eigenvalues are represented by this lambda. Okay, these eigenvalues are represented by this lambda, and A is the given matrix. You already know A is the square matrix of order n. Okay, so it is a n by n matrix. So if you are finding, you can find one vector of order n by 1. Okay, which satisfies the equation Ax is equals to lambda x. Then this vector will be called eigenvector. Eigenvector. Just note this portion. Ax is equals to lambda x. A means square matrix of order n, lambda means eigenvalues, and x is a matrix of order n by n, then X is called eigenvector. Clear? So these are the concept. Next is, first I will tell you the definitions. Next is your multiplicity. So there are two type of multiplicity. One is algebraic multiplicity, another is geometric multiplicity. Another is geometric multiplicity. Okay, so what is actually algebraic multiplicity and geometric multiplicity? So I already told you, in characteristic equation you get the equation of x. Okay, so suppose you are finding you get one equation this. After solving this, you are getting this type of equation. Suppose x minus 1 whole square into x minus 2 is equal to 0. Then you have to actually solve this problem. So you get x, the value of x means x minus 1 is 0. So here x has total 3 roots actually. One will occur 2 times and 2 will occur 1 time. Since this is x minus 1 whole square, you can write this x minus 1 into x minus 1. So you will get x 2 times. Okay. So algebraic multiplicity of 1 will be 2. How many times each eigenvalue occur is called the algebraic multiplicity of that particular eigenvalue. Similarly, if you see the value 2, eigenvalue 2, here 2 occurs only one time. So algebraic multiplicity of 2 is 1. Clear? I just repeat the concept. Algebraic multiplicity means how many times one eigenvalue occurs. Okay. First here 1 occurs 2 times. So the algebraic multiplicity of 1 is 2. Here 2 occurs only one time. You can see that 2 occurs only one time. So algebraic multiplicity of 2 is 1. So this is the concept of algebraic multiplicity. Next, what is geometric multiplicity? Geometric multiplicity means so you are finding, first you are finding the eigenvalues. After that, Ax equals to lambda, and I just told you that A is a square matrix, lambda is eigenvalue, and X is the vector called eigenvector. Okay, so for different values of lambda, you will get different eigenvectors. Okay, suppose each eigenvectors are independent, then geometric multiplicity is actually number of independent eigenvector. Okay. Geometric multiplicity means for different values of lambda, you will get different values of eigenvector. Suppose A is a matrix, square matrix of order 3 by 3. Then you will get a third order uh, characteristic equation, and after solving this equation, you will get 3 eigenvalues. Okay, you have to remember this. If A is a 3 by 3 matrix, you will get 3 eigenvalues. Okay. If A is 4 by 4 4 by 4 square matrix, then you can get 4 eigenvalues. Okay. If 2 by 2 matrix or 2 by 2 matrix, you will get 2 eigenvalues. So here, suppose A is 3 by 3 matrix, then obviously you get 3 eigenvalues. Okay. For each eigenvalues, you are getting one eigenvector. So totally you get 3 eigenvectors. From these 3, how you have to consider those eigenvectors which are independent. Suppose from these three are independent eigenvector, then geometric multiplicity will be 3. Okay. If from these three two are independent, then geometric multiplicity will be 2. Okay. If one is independent only, then geometric multiplicity is 1. Okay. So this is the concept of algebraic multiplicity and geometric multiplicity. Algebraic multiplicity is related with eigenvalue and geometric multiplicity is related with eigenvector. Okay. Next thing is Clay-Hamilton theorem. Oh no. Next thing is orthogonal eigenvector. Students just copy this definitions only. Orthogonal eigenvectors. Okay, orthogonal eigenvectors. So as you already know what is eigenvector. So if any two eigenvectors x1 and x2 satisfy the equation x1 transpose x2 is zero vector, then it is called the orthogonal eigenvector. Okay. X1 transpose X2 is equal to 0, then it is called orthogonal eigenvector. So these definitions are important because they can ask you in MCQ question. Four options are given, four different equations are given. From this you have to choose the correct one. So for this you have to remember, or in broad question also, first they can say find the eigenvector, is it orthogonal. So in short question and in broad question, these concepts are very important. X1 transpose into x2 is equal to 0. Okay. So these are the main definitions of these eigenvalues and eigenvectors. Okay. Next concept is okay. First, I just consider this eigenvalues and eigenvectors. Okay. So find your question is just copy the question. Find eigenvalues and corresponding eigenvectors of find the eigenvalues and the corresponding eigenvectors of find the eigenvalues and corresponding eigenvectors of find the eigenvalues and corresponding eigenvectors of the matrix matrix given is 2 1 1 1 2 1 0 0 1. So student, just you have to solve this problem with me. The question is find the eigenvalues and corresponding eigenvector of the matrix. Okay, sometimes only eigenvalues are asked in your question. So then only consider the portion of eigenvalues. And sometimes only eigenvectors are asked, but in this case, first you have to find the eigenvalues, then we can find the eigenvector. Because as you know, the in the equation ax is equals to lambda x, lambda represents the eigenvalue. So to find the eigenvector, you first have to find the eigenvalues. Okay. So we start this problem. Okay. So suppose this is your A. This is given. A is 2 1 1 1 2 1 0 0 1. So this is obviously a 3 by 3 matrix, and as I told you, in a 3 by 3 matrix, you will get 3 eigenvalues and 3 eigenvectors. Okay. So first you have to solve this. So A minus x I A. Just take your copy. A few minutes back, we just considered this type of equation: a minus xik is equal to 0, and I told you this is a characteristic equation. Okay, so first you have to write this equation. Then the characteristic equation of a is determinant a minus xin is equal to 0. Sorry, not in. This will be I3. Since A is a 3 by 3 matrix, so this will be I3. Okay. So how you can find this? First you have to write this A. Okay. Minus x into I3. Okay. So I am just writing this. A means your 2 1 1 1 2 1 0 0 1. Okay. Minus x into I3 means 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1 is equal to 0. Okay. I am just putting the values. So since it is a matrix and x is multiplied with this matrix, so you already know if you have to multiply any scalar by with a matrix, then you have to multiply this x with each and every term of the matrix. So we are just multiplying, so you get 1 into x means x. The next is 0 0, again this is x 0 0 0 x. I think it is clear to all of you. Property of matrix, that if you have to multiply any scalar with a matrix, then you have to multiply this scalar with each and every term of the matrix. So look this matrix carefully. We are just getting the diagonal elements is equals to x, and the remaining elements are 0. Okay. Next, you have to consider the subtraction of these two matrices, and you already know how to subtract this type of matrix. You only have to consider this similar type of corresponding element. For first element with first element, second element with second element. Okay, you already know this. So I'm just considering the subtraction. So I'm writing the result here. So first term will be obviously 2 minus x, 2 minus x. Second two terms will be same because both are 0, so 1 1 1 1. Next one will be again same, since 1 minus 0, then 2 minus x 1 1 2 minus x. 1. Okay. Next, adding 0, 0, 0, 0, 1 minus x. 0, 0, 1 minus. Okay, so this, you can write this in this way. Determinant of the matrix. Clear? So, in this problem, I am writing the whole concept, okay? But from the next problem, you can directly consider determinant A minus x lambda I3 is equals to 0 means you can skip this total line and you can directly write the given matrix with the diagonal element minus x minus x minus x. Okay, remaining elements will be same. Only in the diagonal element you have to write this minus x, this minus x, this minus x. Clear to all of you? Whenever from the next problem, whenever you have to find the characteristic equation, first write the equation. Then you can directly skip this total line. You can first write this line, then you can directly write this line. Okay. You have to just consider the diagonal elements 2 minus x, 2 minus x, 1 minus x. Remaining elements will be this. So this is actually your characteristic equation. Now you have to solve this equation. Okay, so you already know how to solve this determinant value. So can you tell me what will be the expression of the determinant?
Ma'am, it is 2 minus x whole square into 1 minus x equal to 0.
Okay. So so repeat what is the answer?
2 minus x whole square multiplied 1 minus x equal to 0.
2 minus x whole square into 1 minus x equals to 0. This is wrong. 2 minus, no, it is wrong. You already know how to solve this problem. Since you have to consider any column or any row from this, you have totally 3 rows. You can consider any one row or you can consider any one column. But in the third row, since every 2 elements are 0, so we are considering this last row. Okay, you have to compute this value of this determinant with respect to this third row. So what will be the answer? First row portion, we don't have to consider, we only have to consider this last portion. So 1 minus a into its cofactor. Okay, so since this is a positive term, plus minus plus, you already know this is a positive term, so plus, sorry, minus 1 to the power 3 plus 3, you can write this in this way. Then you have to just consider the this minus. This 1 minus x is belonging from this row and this column. So you have to consider this minus. So if you expand this minus, then you can get 2 minus x whole square minus 1 is equal to 0. Okay, so this is minus 1 to the power 3 plus 3 means positive sign. So 1 minus x into this will be your 4 minus 4x minus x square minus 1 is equal to 0. Means 1 minus x into this will be 3 minus 4x minus x square is equal to 0. Okay, now you have to just consider the factorization. 3 minus 4x minus x square. So you can write this as x square minus 4, sorry, x square plus 4x minus 3. If I consider this here, x square plus 4x minus 3 is equals to 0. If you now factorize this, what will you get? X plus 3 and x minus 1. X plus 3 into x minus 1. Clear? So what is the actual answer? Answer is 1 minus x, this 1 minus x into this factor. X minus 1 into x minus 3 is equal to 0. This is the actually characteristic equation. Okay? This is your characteristic equation. Now, I already told you that if you are finding the roots of this equation, then this will be the eigenvalue. So from the first, if you consider this 1 minus x is equal to 0, you will get x is equal to 1. If you get a second term is equal to 0, x minus 1 is equal to 0, then again you get 1. If you consider this x minus 3 is equal to 0, then again then you will get 3. Here, so as I told you, sometimes in the problem they will give you one matrix and they will directly ask you to only find the eigenvalue. So you have to consider up to this portion. Okay. For eigenvalues, you only have to consider for the characteristic equation. Then you have to solve the characteristic equation. The roots will be called eigenvalues. Clear? So this is the first question of the portion of the problem. Next, we have to find the eigenvector. Okay. So I already told you another concept that algebraic multiplicity and geometric multiplicity. In this problem, you don't need to compute this algebraic multiplicity or geometric multiplicity, but to here the concept I just told you here x is equal to 113. So 1 occurs 2 times. So algebraic multiplicity of 2, sorry, algebraic multiplicity of 1 is 2. Okay. Here 3 occurs only 1 time. So algebraic multiplicity of 3 is 1. Okay. I think it is clear to all of you what is the concept of algebraic multiplicity. How many times each eigenvalues occur. 1 occurs 2 times here. So the algebraic multiplicity of 1 is 2 and here 3 occurs only 1 time. So algebraic multiplicity of 3 is 1. Okay. So next we have to just consider the eigenvector. First copy up to this point.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Okay, so next, how to find the eigenvector. So if eigenvectors, they only ask you eigenvector, I already told you first you have to find the eigenvalue, then you have to consider the eigenvector. Okay, for eigenvalue, sorry, eigenvector, I give you one equation, that is Ax is equal to lambda. I told you what is A. A means the given matrix. I told you in the question. X means this eigenvector. We have to compute this X. Next, lambda means the eigenvalue 1, 1, 3, and X means again this eigenvector. Okay. So. In the definition, I told you if A is a n by n matrix. If A is a n by matrix, then we have to consider this A as n by 1 matrix. Since these are in the form of multiplication, so you already know whenever we have to consider the matrix multiplication, we have to just consider this portion same, this n and n same. So that's why we are considering n by n and this is n by 1. So since A is given in the sorry, A is 3 by 3 matrix in the question. So you have to consider X as 3 by 1 matrix. So X, what is X? X is unknown vector. So we are just considering X1, X2, X3. This is obviously a 3 by 1 matrix. Uh, 3 row, 1 row, 2 row, 3 row, and 1 column. So this is a 3 by 1 matrix. I hope it is clear to all of you. If 2 by 2 matrix is given, then we have to take this X as only X1, X2. If 4 by 4 matrix is given, we only have to consider X1, X2, X3, X4. So in your examination, 2 or 3 is mainly asked. They will give you 2 by 2 matrix or 3 by 3 matrix. Okay. So here you have to consider the X as X1, X2, X3. So here X1, X2, X3 is unknown and you have to find the value of this X1, X2, X3. Okay. So I'm now erasing this portion. Just remember that the value of this lambda represents the eigenvalue. Means we have to put 1, 1 and 3. A X is equals to lambda X. Okay. Now first we are considering lambda is equals to 1. Okay. First we are considering lambda equals to 1. You can write this as case 1. Then when lambda is equals to 1, this is your case 1. So A is, what is the matrix A? 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 0, 0, 1. 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 0, 0. This is the given matrix 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 0, 0, 1. Okay. Into X, I already told you X means X1, X2, X3. Here, lambda is, we are choosing lambda is equal to 1, so this is 1. Into again, X means X1, X2, X3. Okay. From this, you will get some equation and you have to solve the value of x1, x2, x3, and this will be your corresponding eigenvalue. So let's solve the problem. First, we have to multiply this. Okay. So this is n by n matrix. This is n by 1 matrix. So since the number of column is equal to the number of row, so we can easily multiply this expression. So what we can do? 2 into x1, you already know, row into column, you have to consider 2x1 plus 1 into x2 plus 1 into x2. Here, next element will be 1 into x1 means x1 plus 2 into x2 plus 1 into x2. Here, last element will be 0 into x1, 0, 0 into x2, 0 into x. This is equals to x1, x2, x2. Right hand side, if you multiply 1 by each element, then you will get the same number x1, x2, x3. So you get x. Okay? And now, in the first day, I already told you the concept of equal matrices. In equal matrices, I already told you when equality sign is given, then the corresponding element will be same. Okay? Then 2x1, the value of this element it will be same with this element. This element will be same with this, and this will be same with this. So from this we get three equations. Okay? So first copy this. Then I will erase this portion. Okay, I hope you already copied this portion, so I am erasing this. Okay, so you have to just consider this first is equals to the first element. So 2x1 plus x2 plus x3 will be equals to obviously first term, that is x1. Okay, from this we directly just simplify this 2x1 and this is x1. If you take this in the left hand side, then you will get x1 plus x2 plus x3 is equal to 0. This is the first equation. Okay. Next equation, after equating next equation, you will get x1 plus 2x2 plus x3 is equal to x2. Again, taking x2 in the left hand side, you will get again x1 plus x2 plus x3 is equal to 0. Okay. In the last equation, you will get x3 is equal to x2. Clear? So this is your first equation, this is your second equation, this is your third equation. Clear? You have to just equate the two matrices, and you already know when for two equal matrices the corresponding elements are same. So we are just equating each corresponding element and we get three equation. Okay, so there are three unknowns. You already know there are three unknowns, x1, x2 and x3. If three equations are completely different, suppose three equations are completely different, then you can easily find the value of x1, x2, x3 by solving this equation. Okay, if three equations are completely different, then you can easily find the value of x1, x2, x3 by solving these three equations. Okay? But here you can see third equation is not useful to us because it is x3 is equals to x3. Okay. Next, first and second equation are both are equal. So only we get one equation x1 plus x2 plus x3 is equal to 0. So here we only get one equation, that is x1 plus x2 plus x3 is equals to 0. I repeat, you will get three equations for a 3 by 3 matrix. If three equations are completely different, then you can easily find the values of x1, x2, x3. Since you already know to find the three unknowns, you need three equations. If you have to find two unknowns, then you need two equations. Okay. So when three are different, then you can easily find this. But here, third equation is not useful. First and second equation are same. So we only get one equation. So from this we cannot directly solve this problem. So from this, but we need to compute the eigenvector. So we have to just consider one relation. So x1 is equal to minus x2 minus x3. Okay, minus x2 minus x3. So what is your x? X is x2 minus x3 minus x2 minus x3. We are putting the value of x1, that is x2 minus x3. What is x2? X2 means x2 and x2 means x3. So we are getting this, okay, but we need the need one particular value of this x1, x2, and x3. So you can consider any value, okay. Suppose you are considering x2 is equal to 1 and x3 is equal to 0. Then what will be the vector? Vector will be minus 1, 0, sorry, minus 1, 1, minus 1, 1, 0. Clear? You can consider, you can assume any value. I am taking x2 is equal to 1, x3 is equal to 0. You can take x2 is equal to 0, x3 is equal to 1. Or you can take both x1, x2 is equal to 1, 1, or any other number. You can choose any number. Okay, when you cannot find a particular value and you are taking a relation, then you can consider any value. Okay. Again, similarly, now here I consider x1 is equal to x2 minus x3. One can also consider x2 is equal to minus x1 minus x3. Okay, so it is up to you. Whenever you get a relation, you can find any one of the value from the three, and then just consider this portion. Then you can put any particular value. After that, you will get the clear to all of you. This is the process to find the eigenvector. Okay, so I already told you you have to find eigenvector. So here we get three eigen values, 1, 1, and 3. For 1, we get this portion. Okay, you have another one. So just think about it. If you put again 1, you will get the same thing. Okay. So for another one, in this portion, you can put different one. Okay. Since if you put again 1, then you will again get this type of same equal type of problem. So no need to do the same thing. Only you can what you can do, since there are two values, so we have to find the two eigenvectors. So what is this eigenvector? For another, just assume another value. And assume x2 is equal to 0, x1 is equal to x3 is equal to 1. x2 is equal to 0, x3 is equal to 1, then you will get minus 1, 0, 1. I think this will be the answer. Minus 1, 0, 1. x3 is 1, x2 is 0, and this will be 1.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, tell me.
Ma'am, we don't need to find for lambda equals to 3.
Yes, I will consider 3 also.
Ma'am, can you repeat the last part, assuming part once again, ma'am?
I will consider 3 first I am considering this one if suppose your eigenvalues are different or eigenvalues are different, then you need case 1, case 2, case 3. For lambda, suppose there are 3 eigenvalues 1, 2, 3. Different all the different values, then you need to consider this type of calculation 3 times. Okay, for 1, for 2, for 3. Means here first we are considering 1, then since 1 is repeated, 1 is repeated, so we don't need to consider this same problem for 1 again. So you can just directly put one particular value, another particular value, then you will get another vector. This is one vector, this is another vector. Okay. Next we have to consider for lambda is equal to 3.
Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me, ma'am.
Okay, so we have to consider the same equation that is A is equal to lambda A. Okay, you will consider case 2 or case 3 for lambda when lambda is equal to 3. So again, you have to write the same equation, same matrix given in your question, that is 2 1 1 1 2 1 2 1 1 1 2 1 0 0 1. Okay. X means again same x1, x2, x3, and lambda means where we consider 3, and this is again x1, x2, x3. If all the values are different, same process we have to done for 3 times. Clear? So if you multiply this, you will get 2x1 plus x2 plus x3. Okay? x1 plus 2x2 plus x3. Last one will be only x is equal to, now this is 3x1, 3x2, 3x. Okay, now you have to just equate these two equations. So I am equating 2x1 plus x2 plus x3 is equal to 3x1. Means this is your minus x1 plus x2 plus x. This is equal to 0, number 1 equation. Second equation will be x1 I write directly minus x2 plus x3 is equal to 0. This will be second equation. And third equation will be minus 2x3 is equal to 0. Just check the equation for 1, 2, and 3. I am just equating this equation and take the similar terms in the left hand side and just calculate. Clear? So in this equation, again you can see there are first equation, this is second equation, third equation. So third equation, from third you get 2x3, but means x3 is equals to 0. From the third equation, you get x3 is equals to 0. Minus 2x3 is 0, means x3 is equals to 0. If you see the first and second equation carefully, so if you take minus 1 common, then both the equation is again same. I think. Oh no, the equations are I think not same. So here you get three different equations. From the third equation, first we solve for x3 is equal to 0. Then we put this x3 is equal to 0 in the first and second equation. So if you put x3 is equal to 0 in the first equation, you get minus x1 plus x2 is equal to 0. Okay, from this, and in the next equation, if you put x is equal to 0, you will get x1 minus x2 is equal to 0. Okay, now these two equations are same. Just sign change. If you take minus 1 common, then you will get the second equation. Okay, so from this again, you cannot solve this the value of x1 and x2, so you have to just consider one relation. So you can take any one of the expression and you will get x1 is equal to x2. So we already get the value of x3, but we get a relation between x1 and x2. So you can consider any particular value of x1, x2. So if you, I am considering this x1 is equal to 2, then x2 will be obviously 2, then your vector will be 2, 2. You can consider 3, 4, 5, anything. And but don't make any complete vector totally zero, because as in the definition I already told you, X is the non-null vector. Okay. Here if you put x1 is equal to 0, then the vector will be 0, 0. Oh, 0, 0, 0. Then you can't put x1 is equal to 0, because
Excuse me,
that is
ma'am.
non-null vector. You have to put the non-zero vector, sorry, non-zero value. You can take
Excuse me,
any
ma'am.
value 1, 2, 3, 4, or minus if you want to put minus 1, minus 2. You can put any value in this
Excuse
relation.
me, ma'am.
Tell me.
Ma'am, if we put x1 equals to 2, then we will get 660, no ma'am, vector.
Yeah, you can put this. Okay, you
No
can
ma'am.
put any value, but you cannot put, you cannot make completely zero vector. 0, 0, 0. You can say since x3 is equal to already 0. If you put x1 is equal to 0, then the vector will be completely 0. But in the definition, they are mentioned that x must be a non-null vector. Okay, so you cannot put 0. You can put any value other than 0. Okay.
Ma'am, but if we are putting x1 equals to 2, then we'll get 660, no ma'am.
Yes. If you put x1 is equal to 6, then
No
this
ma'am, if we
x1
put,
is equal to x2, our vector is x1, x2, x3. What is x1? This is your 6. What is x2? x1 is equal to x2, means again 3, x3 is equal to 6. This is your question, I think.
ma'am, no ma'am, our vector is 3x1, 3x2, and 3x3, no ma'am. Then we will get 6, no, if we put x equals to 2.
One minute. I have to just increase the volume. Okay, now you can ask me.
Ma'am, our vector is 3x1, 3x2, and 3x3, no ma'am. So if we put x1 equals to 2, then we will get 660,
Or
no ma'am.
our vector is x1, x2, x3. Okay, 3 is your eigenvalue.
So ma'am, we don't need to multiply, no ma'am.
Your expression is Ax is equal to lambda. This X is your eigenvector. This is also eigenvector. This is lambda, means if you put lambda is equal to 3, this is your eigenvalue. You don't need to multiply this. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Understood, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, so this is the overall concept of eigenvalues and eigenvectors. Every year you get one problem from this. I think sometimes they also ask you, suppose they give you same matrix, okay? Same matrix that 2, 1, 1, 1, 2. Is the question 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 0, 0, 1. So they can tell you, show that 2, 0 is the eigenvector of the matrix. Okay, they can ask you this type of question also. So that 220 is the eigenvector of the matrix. So you have to do the whole process. Okay, first you have to find the eigenvalue, then you have to find the eigenvector. Okay, after that you have to just uh, calculate, and if you get 220, then yes, this is the eigenvector. Okay? So this is the concept of eigenvalue and eigenvector. I hope it is clear to all of you. So if you consider some problems from them, from this question, then it will be much clear to you. So next concept is this is 12:15. So next, I just consider the next concept. This is a small concept that is okay. This is a small concept, that's why I am considering diagonalization of matrix. Okay? Diagonalization of matrix. So to diagonalize one matrix, first you need to know what is similar matrix. What is similar matrix? So suppose A is the square matrix of order n, then A is the square matrix of order n. Then we can say A is similar to another matrix B of order n. Okay, if there exists a non-singular matrix P such that B is equal to P inverse A. So what is the condition for A is the square matrix of order n? A is the square matrix of order n. Order is n. I am just writing this square matrix of order n. B is also a square matrix, same order. Okay, B is also a square matrix of order n. Then we call this matrix is similar to this matrix if we get one non-null matrix P such that B is equal to P inverse A. Okay, then we will call this similar matrix. I think it is clear to you. If two matrices of same order are called similar matrix, if you get one non-null, again this will be non-null matrix. If it is a non-null matrix, then whole concept will be it is equal to 0. Okay, so P must be a non-null matrix. If P is non-null matrix, its inverse will also be non-null matrix. So if we get one non-null matrix such that A and B satisfies this equation, then we call PA is similar to B. It is similarly conversely we can also say B is similar to A. Okay. So this is the relation.
Ma'am, P is a normal matrix.
P is non-singular matrix. P is one non-singular matrix. Okay. So next concept is okay. So so you already understand what is similar matrix. Next is diagonalizable matrix. Next is diagonalizable matrix. So what is actually diagonal matrix? So you already understand what is similar matrix. Now, if first I write diagonalizable matrix. Okay, so you already know if A is similar to B, then B is equals to P inverse AP. Okay, same concept here. In diagonalizable matrix, A is similar with one diagonal matrix. Here B is any matrix. B is any normal type of matrix, but whenever B is a diagonal matrix, you already know what is diagonal matrix. Means the elements of the principal diagonal are non-zero, remaining elements are zero. So if A is similar with a diagonal matrix, then and this satisfies this. Suppose the diagonal matrix is denoted by D. D is P inverse 80. You can write this D is equal to P inverse 80. Then this is diagonalizable matrix. Same concept here. B is one any normal matrix, and here B is diagonal. You already know diagonal matrix means this. Suppose this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. Remaining elements will be 0 in diagonal. It's only principal diagonal elements are not. Sometimes one of these can be 0. Suppose this is 0, 3, 4. But since these values are non-zero, so this is also diagonal. So I hope the concept is clear to you. So I am considering one problem. Okay, question is diagonalize if possible. Diagonalize if possible. Write down the question first because we only have 10 minutes. Diagonalize if possible. Diagonalize if possible the matrix 2013. 2013. In question 2 by 2 or 3 by 3 matrix is asked. So diagonalize if possible the matrix 2013. Find the matrix P which diagonalize. Find the matrix P which diagonalize P. So in one question you get two type of problem. That is first you have to find the D. Okay, look at your definition. First question is you have to find the D, and next question find the matrix P which diagonalizes. Means you have to also find P. Okay. So without wasting time, I'm just directly move on to the problem. So what is the characteristic equation? I'm directly writing this. You have to write the characteristic equation of A is 2 minus, you can also consider x, you can also consider lambda. Since you already know lambda is the eigenvalue. So I already told you, you have to just write minus x or minus lambda in the diagonal elements, remaining elements will be same. So obviously since this is 0, this will be 0 totally. So you will only get 2 minus lambda into 3 minus lambda is equal to 0. So lambda equals to 12. So this is the diagonal element. Sorry, this is the eigenvalue. This is the eigenvalue. Here, now, in the question I told you, diagonalize if possible the matrix 2, 0, 1, 3. Okay. So here you get lambda is equal to 2 and 3. Since these lambda are distinct, since these lambda are distinct, you get two distinct results. So this is diagonalizable, and what will be the answer? You only need to just put these values of lambda in the diagonal element to be 0. Clear? So, to diagonalize any matrix, if it is only first portion is asked, just find the eigenvalues. If and put the eigenvalues in the diagonal element. Suppose in any problem you get, in the last problem we are getting 1, 1, 3. So we put 1 here, we put 1 here, 3 remaining elements. Here 1, 1, 0. This is the diagonalization of the matrix A. Sorry, in the of the matrix, the last matrix I am just considering. This was the this is the diagonalization of that matrix. Okay. So what you only have to do first, you have to just consider the characteristic equation, just solve this problem and put this put this eigenvalue in the diagonal element and the main element should be zero. So lambda is equal to 2, 3. Next we have to find the p. So to find the p, we first have to find the eigenvector. Okay. So first lambda, we are considering lambda is equal to 2. Okay, for lambda is equal to 2, A is equal to lambda x. So A means 2013 into x, here x obviously will be x1, x2 is equal to lambda means 2 into x1, x2. Okay, so I am directly writing the equations since we only have 5 minutes. So I am directly just first multiply this and then solve this problem. I am directly writing the equation. You can get 2x1 into 0x2, that will be equal to 2x1, and from the second you will get x1 plus 3x2 will be 2x2. If you solve this, you will get x1 plus x2 is equal to 0. Okay. Again, this is your first equation and this is your second equation. Just write the equation. Clear? So, from the first equation, it is not useful to us since this is 2x1 is equal to 2x1, this is not useful. So, from this, again, you cannot solve this, solve the value of x1 and x2, but you get a relation. So, the relation is x1 is equal to minus x2. So your vector is x1, x2. Okay, so the value of x1 is equals to minus x2. So in place of x1, you can write minus x2. Okay, here we cannot use zero because this is non-null vector. So I am using x2 is equals to 1. So capital X will be minus 1. So this is one eigenvector. Okay. I hope it is clear to all of you. So next, I am considering lambda is equal to 3. In this problem, I am considering this because we don't have too much time. Lambda is equal to 3. Same, Ax is equal to lambda A. A means 2013, X means x1, x2, lambda means here, lambda is equal to 3. But we get different equation. Again, I am directly writing this equation. Students, try to solve this problem elaborately. I am just considering the shortcut method. 2x1 is equals to, here it is 3x1. And from the next, you get x1 plus 3x2 is equal to 3x. Clear? So from the first equation, if you take this 3x1 in the left hand side, you get minus x1 is equals to 0. Minus x1 is equals to 0, which implies x1 is equals to 0. Okay? And from the second equation, again you get x1 is equal to 0 because 3x2 will be cancelled. Minus x1 is equal to 0 means you cannot get any relation between x1 and x2. So you can get any value of x2. Okay? So since capital X is equal to x1, x2, and you get x1 is equal to 0, and x2 is any arbitrary number, again you can choose 1 or 2 or 3, anything. Clear? Since we cannot get any relation between x1, x2, and we cannot find any value of x2, so we can choose any value of x2. Clear? So in the first case we are getting minus 1 1. In the second case we are getting 0 1. Okay. So your P will be minus 1 1. P will be minus 1 1 0 1. Now, if you choose different number, then you will get different type of matrix. If you choose here, this is, I think, if you choose this two, then you will get minus 1, 1, 0, minus. Clear? So, for different values, you will get different values of B. I think it is clear to all of you how to find B. B means you have to just find the eigen values and put this in the principal diagonal. Then this is the your required B. Next, what is the eigenvector? Eigenvector means sorry. What is the P? P means you have to find the eigenvector and you have to write this eigenvector column wise of P. Then you will get the required P. Okay, in this problem, you have B is equal to P inverse A. If suppose P inverse is R, so this is P. You can easily find this inverse. You already know 1 by determinant of A into adjoint of A. So you already know how to find P inverse. From this you can easily find P inverse. Okay? So this is the whole concept of eigenvalues and eigenvectors. So next next day I will consider one theorem, that is Clay-Hamilton theorem. So if students have any doubts, you can ask me. Okay, I think no one have doubts. So, last
Excuse
day
me,
I
ma'am.
tell me.
Ma'am, for that diagonal, ma'am, that diagonal matrix, ma'am, we'll just put the eigenvalues, no?
Eigenvalues in the diagonal element, principal diagonal element.
Okay, ma'am.
So last day I give you one assignment to convert any matrix in row echelon matrix, okay? And I told you to submit this in my email ID, but I also upload the same in ERP also. So please again submit this in the ERP because uh, this will save in ERP. So please submit this your assignment in ERP. I already submit this assignment in your ERP. Okay. So try to submit this. After submission, I will give you one and give you solution of that problem. Okay. Any doubt? Maximum students already submit their assignment in my email ID, but again, just upload this your assignment in the ERP. After submission, I provide the solution of the four problems. Clear? You don't have any query, so I am ending the session.